Hi, I'm Kate Bellamy and this is a film about our cycle stars. At Cycle Colchester, we're making cycling a genuine option in our town, improving cycle paths and routes, offering training to children and adults, and by showing people the benefits that travelling by bike can bring. But can all of these improvements really encourage people who don't cycle to give it a try? We chose 4 families from across Colchester to complete 6 weeks of training and activities to get them on their bikes and to help them make cycling part of their everyday lives. This is their story, the challenges they face, the fun they've had, and the changes that they're already making to the way they travel. So let's meet our cycle stars. First up is the Parry family, Dad Alan, Mum Sue and their 2 boys Sean and Ryan. They wanted cycle training so they can make real changes to the way they get around and to have a healthier lifestyle. With Alan already cycling, it was Mum Sue who was looking for the biggest confidence boost, and as the project went on it became clear that Sue would also be a bit of a bike maintenance star. For Mum and Dad, it was also important that the children had the skills they needed to be safer on the roads. Next up is the Colliani family, Belinda and her son Daniel. New to Colchester, having moved from London, Belinda and Daniel were keen to get out on their bikes as a way of exploring the local area and spending time together. For Belinda, it was also about improving her confidence on the roads. Working in London, she was keen to use her bike as a way of getting to the main Colchester station for her daily commute. Now let's meet Jim and Jackie Waterhouse. Although they both owned bikes, they didn't use them very often, Jim very occasionally using his as a way of getting to work. They were both keen to take up cycling to become more active and get out and about together. Jackie's main aim was to be more confident on the road, particularly tackling what she saw as the biggest obstacle, roundabouts. And finally, meet the Boswick Pagani family, Karina, Justin and their children Joe, Abby and baby Byron. Karina was keen for the children to develop their cycling skills. As someone who learned to cycle late on, she wanted the children to have the confidence and skills so they could all get on their bikes and enjoy active and healthy days out together. Most of our families had bikes of their own, but for Belinda, Justin and Abby, their first challenge was to get themselves a set of wheels. So we took them to Recycle Bikes to Africa, a charity based at Eastgates in Colchester. Recycle collects second-hand bicycles which are then sent to Africa. As part of their work, some of the bikes are refurbished and sold locally to help towards running costs.
Did anyone want to try that one? Because we can find a kind of rough height.
It's really okay for cycle paths and go down to the station and all that.
Yeah.
Got suspension on it and everything.
Bounce.
We're at Recycle in Colchester. We've chosen a doors bike, a lady's bike. It's a really nice bike. We've had a go on it and I love it. We're going to take some courses so I can learn to actually ride on the road as well.
One of the main elements of the Cycle Stars project was to get the families to complete Level 2 Bikeability training. This is the perfect way to help more people to cycle more safely and with greater confidence, giving children and adults the skills they need to ride more safely on today's roads.
Whenever you do any manoeuvre, look over your right shoulder.
Look in the head, put it back, put it back, put it back. Okay. Right, off you go again. That's good, you looked, that's well done. Yeah, you've got it, you see, you said you couldn't do it, you can.
There are 3 bikeability levels to help you become a better, safer cyclist. All our families started with an off-road session, learning how to control their bikes and the important checks they should carry out each time they set off. This was followed by basic skills training, including safe starting and stopping, signalling, looking behind, swerving, slaloms and emergency stops.
Stop! Wrong foot.
This is our first training session that we've done. We've been out for a couple of mini bike rides beforehand. Thought we were doing all right. However, looking over your shoulder and looking what's coming is not quite so easy. And if your maintenance isn't up to spec, you end up with your chain coming off and not working out how to fix it back on again. But it's been good fun.
Once competent off-road, the families were then given on-road training. This took place in areas where there wasn't much traffic. As well as getting more familiar with what to do on the roads, there was also a chance for the adults to brush up on their highway code. For most of our families, being safer on the roads was really their main concern, and having completed the training, they're all now able to happily make a trip on quiet roads and cycle lanes. Some of our families have found the training so helpful, they're already progressing on to level 3.
It's our first training session on the road and we've had lots and lots of fun. Me and Dad have learned lots. We're keeping the boys in check as well, but we're quite competitive, especially Alan.
My brother does forget to signal a few times, so I'm better than him. Mum and Dad are doing fine, even though Dad's a bit like Sean with his signalling.
The rest of the training is going to be good. Hopefully we'll get out and about with a bit more traffic and learn a bit more. And our big adventure, we're looking forward to that, to getting out to the woods and things like that on the bikes.
One of the biggest reasons many people don't cycle is that they leave their bikes to fall into disrepair and aren't sure how to mend them. And that was certainly the case with some of our families. We wanted to show them how to look after their bikes, so we set off back to Recycle for a maintenance class with Colchester's very own bike guru. The class covered simple bike maintenance, checking for basic safety, repairing punctures and adjusting the brakes, pretty common problems. The class proved to be a hit with everyone, young and old, and even sparked some inter-family competitions, with the Parry family taking the opportunity to see who could take a wheel off and put it back on in the quickest time.
We've been learning how to do the bikes up and how to change your tyres and how to fix punctures and things like that.
It's been really useful actually. I'm now a bit more confident.
It's been really good doing the training. I've learned quite a lot. Yeah. Competition to see who could take the back wheel of the bike off the quickest and put it back on, and I was faster than Alan was.
Really?
Yes, by about 10 seconds I think by.
They've both been quite good, but I think Mum's a bit better.
Our children think I'm better and that's all that matters.